Bank was secure. This is a bank robbery. I will. I was working the other perimeter. I just came down here to see what you guys got going on so we can collaborate and see. We're looking for evidence, huh? The bank robbery. Man, how much did he get away with, do you know?
Don't know yet.
That's this man. Well, officer, was he on foot?
Yeah.
Oh, man. White or black, if I know, so I could...
Don't know yet.
Okay. You keep looking, officer. So what we have is a bank robbery. There is a bank robbery that has just happened. The chief of police is here. There's a bank robbery. This gentleman is looking right here for... He's looking for his jacket. The gentleman just dumped his jacket. This bank just got robbed. Holy cow. Holy cow. Keep your eyes peeled, buddy. He could be anywhere. Keep your eyes peeled. It's this bank right here, the Parkway, huh? Oh my God. It's a free-for-all. The Parkway Bank in Elmwood Park just got robbed. A joint task. The crime happened in Elmwood Park. Elmwood Park's jurisdiction. Okay, I got to go around. My car's this way. Elmwood Park's jurisdiction, and so it's a Chicago and Elmwood Park combined effort. They're right now looking. This man discarded his jacket. The robber discarded his jacket. The gentleman in front of me here is looking for that jacket. We are looking for any kind of clues we can find. I am on the hunt like a bloodhound. Disorderly Product News is on the hunt. Did the shopping cart have anything to do with the robbery? I'm gonna say no. Okay, shopping cart, nothing to do with the robbery. Let me get my pencil and magnifying glass. I stumbled on a bank robbery. That's the officer still looking in there, see if he finds anything. This is a brazen daylight robbery. It is about 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Monday. A brazen daylight robbery on a main thoroughfare. Harlem went through this alley, went through that gangway where we see the gentleman with the assault rifle. And it looks like we're perplexed at this point. I believe he must have had a getaway car on that next block. There was a lady that we talked to who was on the steps who saw nothing.
Nothing over here, right? No.
There was a lady that we talked to who was on the steps who saw nothing.
Nothing over here, right? No. Did you get the gloves and glasses?
Gloves and glasses. He took out gloves, he took off gloves, and he took off glasses. And he's looking for the jacket. So this is real time unfolding. Right now we're looking for the jacket. We got the gloves and the glasses are in that paper bag. As he ran across Harlem, he discarded his plastic gloves. I saw him on the ground, and his glasses. And he also discarded a jacket. They have yet to find the jacket. This is unbelievable. Brazen daytime robbery. Brazen. Parkway Bank on Grand in Harlem has been robbed. See if we can see anything inside the bank. There's 2 officers inside the bank. Inside the bank, there's 2 officers. I bet they're gonna come out here and tell me 2 officers inside the bank. What's up, officer? We got a whodunit on our hands. He took off east. He dropped his glasses and his gloves, and he continued running. Got rid of his coat. We're looking for the coat right now.
See him?
I didn't see him. No. I didn't see him. No. DPN Protective Services is on the scene. That's right. DPN Services providing inspectory services. I follow up on leads, any kinds of crimes. A brazen daylight bank robbery happens to be my specialty. Obviously, this is what they were guarding. This is what we must have run through. So let's see if we could just go right through here and see which way he went. This is Geraldo Rivero, Guerrilla, reporting. I am taking the same route as the bank robber right now. So he went in back through here. What if I find him? Did they clear this area? So all back here is where he was at. That's right. This is where he was at. Brazen daylight bank robbery. He came out right through house. Sir! This is the owner of this house right here. Sir, do you have a second? Do you have a second? Are you familiar? Are you familiar with that house next to you?
No.
You've never heard about it? You don't know who lived there?
I've been renting here just only a couple years.
You don't know who lived in that house next to you? Really? Would it surprise you? Well, back up, I'll tell you. I saw you yesterday when I was here, and I had mistaken your house for that house, because when you look it up on Google Maps, it shows your house, but it's not actually your house. It's the house next door. They excavated, they tore it down. That lot was once owned by John Wayne Gacy.
Oh, really?
That's where he buried 29 bodies. It was your backyard that was also tore up as they looked for bones.
No shit.
That's the house right there. They tore it down and rebuilt it in the mid-1980s. It was torn down in 1978. But when you look on Google Maps, it says that your house is 8213. But that's actually 8213 over there.
No.
So you had no idea.
No.
You don't ever see people walking up and down, and
I have noticed that, but didn't pay really attention. Just regular.
probably more or less around Halloween. Because I wanted to say something to you yesterday, because my viewers were like, oh, I wonder who lives there. And I'm like, the guy, you know, he was out in front. I could have probably talked to him, but I didn't want to bother you. And, but yeah, so just so you know, the killer clown, that's where he did his evil deeds right there. The depths of depravity, right there. Thank you, sir. God, you don't hear any strange noises at night or anything like that?
No.
No weird sounds, no moans or howling?
No. You know what? To tell you the truth, one time when we first moved in,
Yeah.
I was sitting in the living room by myself. Everybody was gone. I just felt a weird, like, over my neck, like by the hairs in the back of my neck just stood up.
Oh my God.
It was a weird feeling.
And you remember that distinctly?
That was God.
Well, God bless you, sir. Make sure you go to communion this Sunday. Now, don't get me wrong. Them filming is a good thing. I want them to film, you know. It gives a lot of people jobs. It gives a lot of people economic opportunity. It spurs the economy. I just don't want to have to give up my rights to do it. I don't want them telling people that they can't film in public, as if somehow the NBC has bought the public, which is what happened earlier and is about to happen right here.
Just drive straight for the straight in? Oh, we're supposed to go with oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
You said we can only watch, we can't film?
No, because if you share anything online, it's technically NBC property.
Oh, no. This is Chicago property. This is my property. I don't have to share it online. You're live. Do what you got. This is not, Chicago Fire does not own this street. This is my street. If we're talking about what? Everything over there is Chicago too. That's not Canada.
Like what's going on?
It doesn't matter. You're in public in Chicago. You don't have a right to anything. Chicago Fire doesn't own Chicago. They don't buy out streets. They don't buy out blocks. They don't buy out the public. So tell your boss that Disorderly Product News was here and he told you that. Tell him he doesn't buy out anything. He doesn't own anything. Does not own the city. He does not own the people. Tell your boss Disorderly Product News was here. He'll know who I am. Trust me. He'll know who I am. This is my first shoot. But for you to tell me that I can't film in public in Chicago and you believe that, someone told you that to be true, it's ridiculous. I can't. This is NBC's property. This is Chicago property. It's not NBC's property. And now it's Disorderly Product News' property. Yes, I don't care. They're in public. Then rent a soundstage. Tell your boss to rent a soundstage and don't come to Chicago. Tell him to do that if he thinks he owns Chicago. Tell him to rent a soundstage. So we got a fake emergency. We got real police officers in a fake emergency. Real police officers in a fake emergency. It's ridiculous. Those are our vehicles right there they just used. Do you own our vehicles now too? You own the vehicles that the public paid for.
You realize that I'm just about it.
But no, you're the one who told me it, right?
Yeah.
There was no top person over here telling me it. You could go get the top person. I just made him pull his permit. Go to Disorderly Product. Look at the thing on my hand. Go. I have a whole series on Chicago Fire. And I don't mean to yell at you, but to say that I can't film in public is ridiculous. I mean, that's just a ridiculous statement. The NBC doesn't own anything in public. If they rented out that house, I can't go inside that house. Because they rented it out. They leased it. I'm on a public street. I can film anything I want. That's why it's called public.
Yeah.
Not private, public. They really believe they bought out this whole street. We're going live on this one. Wait till you hear this one, guys. Wait till you hear this one. Wait till you hear this one. They're over here telling them. They believe, she told me I can't film on a Chicago police because you could ask me, I'll tell you what I said. I can tell you what I said. Yes, man. They told me, Chicago Fire told me that I cannot film on a street because they own this material and it's copyrighted. So they're going to sue me if I film from right here. Because Chicago Fire has bought the public. Chicago Fire has now bought the public. So I decided to go live. Where you guys at? Come on in. Chicago Fire has evidently bought Chicago. You cannot film in public while Chicago Fire is filming. You cannot film in public while Chicago Fire is filming because they have it copyrighted and they're going to sue me. Chicago Fire is suing me. I pulled the permit. The minute I got here, I pulled the permit. And so they're claiming that side of the street, this is Warren, is closed to foot traffic, and this side of the street's closed to foot traffic. So they just bought Warren. That on December 13th, that video, which wasn't live, I uploaded it maybe 2 weeks later, has 100,000. I have a Demand Your Flag movement, which are decals.
Through the YouTube channel, though?
I communicate with them through the YouTube channel. I don't sell these hats. These hats are, he's talking about my hat, guys.
Right.
I don't sell the hats. Because that's the first thing everybody does when they get on YouTube. They make a shirt and a hat, and it's really cheap stuff. I don't too much just throw them a T-shirt that's with an iron-on logo. Because I mean, you have to make it cheap, right? You can't make an expensive shirt because you have to make money off of it, right? So they sell a T-shirt for $30, and it's not worth $5. So it is what it is because you got to ship it and everything. But you know, I'm not. Obviously, Chicago Fire being in Chicago is good because you're from Chicago, right?
Right.
And you got a job,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yeah.
It gives hundreds of people from Chicago a job. It gives us money.
A lot.
Everybody else, be who you are. You know, create your own niche. I'm not saying don't be influenced. I'm highly influenced by everybody that I watch. Lackluster, DPN, Disorderly Product News. James Freeman. You know, there's just I wish I should just have a list on the side of my computer so I could just rattle them all off.
So here's the crazy story I referred to in the video about the bank robbery. The red X is approximately where the bank is at in the video that got robbed. The yellow X is another bank. So about 2 days later, I was in the yellow X bank, and I told them the story about how I was like a minute behind, 2 minutes behind the robbery of the Parkway Bank. You know, I had seen the purple glove on the floor. This is like a weekday in the middle of the day, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I leave that bank. Approximately 2 to 5 minutes later, that bank gets robbed by two individuals. So I was late for the first robbery and early for the second robbery. I told myself I got to stop going to banks. They're going to start thinking I'm involved with this. Anyways, my name is Sorry Product News. Wishing you and yours a very safe and happy rest of the work week. Good night.